Have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy?
No, I don't have that thing. I mean, like, I think like Twitter's very different, being able to like just forge a little thing for maximum impact. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy is like a different thing, I think. I don't have a desire to do that. I respect it when people do it well.
I could see you being like a Mitch Hedberg type. You know what I mean?
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
We took out a stand-up comedian on this tour we just did.
Oh, wow. Who'd you take out?
A guy named Jake Flores.
Okay.
Who's a pretty polarizing comedian. He's a communist. And yeah, it was fun. The thing I said on stage to sort of explain the aesthetic of the show to our audience, most of whom was pretty confused by the lineup, was like, you know, it came time to book a tour. COVID seems like, you know, enough people are pretending that it's done that I guess we will too. Mm-hmm. And we had a conversation with our booking agent wherein they said, here's what you guys should do. Take out another 90s band. People really love that. They love the package thing.
Yep.
It makes sense to them. You'll move more tickets. Let's do some business. And we said, okay, noted. What if instead we take out a self-described gay ska band and a communist comedian? And the crowd, even the crowd that I could tell was a little bit hostile before that explanation, was kind of like, okay, all right, I see what they're doing here, you know? But yeah, I think it was a pretty confusing bill for some of the audience, but most of them ended up being down to come along for the ride. And we've also made some new fans in the last year and a half who are younger and kind of like, you know, politically awake and stuff like that. So there's this, I don't know, there are these different kind of cross sections of the audience now, which is cool, I think.
Oh,
you know?
totally. Yeah. People who've like never maybe seen you live before and things
Absolutely.
like that, you know?
And I think we've probably lost some fans too. But you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I am obsessed with George Carlin. I just watched the double documentary. This podcast is like in honor of him. And, you know, I was watching, I mean, just talk about someone who had such a crazy trajectory.
Yeah.
And it was almost just like through every era of him, like when he was like clean cut,
Yep.
and then he was like counterculture, and then he kind of like lost himself for a bit and then realized he just wanted to talk about the things that really mattered to him.
Yep.
It was like there's people that stuck with him,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's people that didn't go along for the ride.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's
he
like,
took a hit
totally
to follow his true north.
Yep.
You know, he could have done that act, the clean cut thing,
Mm-hmm.
forever. And, you know, he ended up, the choices that he made ended up making him even more successful than he ever was. But it was a risk, and he did make sacrifices for that at first. Yeah, crazy career he had. I haven't seen the movie, but I listened to an analysis of it by, one of them was Jake Flores and a couple other like leftist podcasters, and yeah, it was fascinating to me.
Yeah, you would so love it. It's like a two-parter. And, you know, and he struggled with cocaine for a long time. He was married to an alcoholic who then later got sober. He had like a really wild ride. But I think in the same way as you, where people don't understand, like, are you making fun of your band? Like, aren't you whatever? It was like, he got really dark, like in the end, where it's like some people didn't want to go that dark. But like who he truly was on the inside was like this person who really wanted to be optimistic and who was super sweet and who really, you know, did in a way have like faith in humanity, but it
had
was
love
just
in
like,
his heart. I think in order to be funny, not just funny in the way George Carlin was, you need that. You know, you can kind of tell when that's missing from a comic.
Yes.
And I don't know. I guess it works on some people.
Yeah.
Because it works on a lot of people, frankly. But yeah, having that background of love thing going on is crucial, I think.
Thanks for watching. For more 7 Words Podcast, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.